To switch things up, I took the bus this morning. A real long one with one of those accordion springy things in the middle. I will not be doing this again. Everyone is nice, but we make stops every other block, and it feels like the slow boat to China. Uber, here I come. And then he follows this tweet up with, now we're skipping all the stops and I need to get off. Don't take the bus. And it's like, do you want them to stop or not? And then next, everyone's telling him to pull like the cord to tell the bus driver, hey, I want to go off at the next stop. And he goes, wrong. I did pull that dopey cord to get off the bus. I said to the driver, what the hell? And he told him, hard to hear, because the driver was sealed in a ridiculous plastic COVID box. That 6 blocks of bus stops don't exist anymore because of bike lanes. Ban bikes in New York City. And now everyone's telling him to, pull the cord, bro. Just pull the cord. And he's going, I pulled the damn cord 4 blocks earlier. Okay, and then, a few hours pass without any Greg Kelly bus tweets. And you may be thinking, okay, Greg Kelly got off the bus. So that's all. That's the whole... I will be issuing a complete statement regarding this morning's bus ride tomorrow at 11 a.m. Complete statement regarding the bus trip of yesterday morning. Okay, and this is the long bit, and also the funniest. Greg Kelly's statement regarding his experience yesterday on the bus. Just, capitalized. It's important, First of all, I know a hell of a lot more about buses than any of you. Do you know that cops refer to ambulances as buses? And that bus had big problems. Everyone needs to understand this. If you take the bus, you're already screwed if you want to get anywhere on time. It's almost as if there's a contingent of people who constantly slash funding to public transport because they're so car-brained that they think that anything, in Europe is just socialism, I guess. The only exception is if you're lollygagging and you're not in a rush, say, on a weekend. There's a reason why mostly senior citizens are on the bus and the young people ride the subway. It's a New York thing. My bus expert buddy Jake and his girlfriend Angel, marry her for crying out loud. My bus expert buddy? It's like, oh yeah, bro, don't worry. I have a black best friend. Except it's his bus expert bestie. Busty! Ooh! My bus expert buddy Jake and his girlfriend Angel checked out the bus last night, and they confirmed that my bus, I guess it belongs to him, you put it in quotation marks, skipped numerous stops because of the expansion of bike lanes, even if one pulled the cord. And come to think of it, I didn't pull the cord. Instead, I pressed the stop button. The cord has certain overtones that I'm uncomfortable with. The cord was coming onto him too strong, I guess. The bus cruised by, and again, in quotation marks, like, who's he quoting? Does he just use quotation marks every time he does a colloquialism? Is it like a quote from someone? Is this what Jake said? Did Jake use this? Is this a bus term? That said, and again, quotation marks, I've always been a little bit skittish of the bus. When I was in kindergarten, I took the bus for the first time, and a maniac in California had just hijacked a bus and buried it, with the kids still in it. Miraculously, they all survived. The hijackers were recently paroled. Thanks a lot, Gavin Newsom. Anyone who questions my cred, and now listen, dear viewers, you may be thinking, well, what's cred? I don't know. I haven't watched any movies past 1905, and that's fine. That's a completely valid question. Greg Kelly has made sure to include, the definition of cred for us. It's street for credentials. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I still don't really understand. I think I might need an example. Don't worry. He puts an IE. Toughness! Anyone who questions my cred can find me on the D train. Hell yeah, come fight this guy on the train, I guess. Debate him about bussies. Or just talk to Jake and Angel. I've been riding the D train since high school. In fact, one time I rode it in between the cars. Exhilarating, but too dangerous. Never again! Basically, I'm too cool and... unnecessary capitalization. Busy to be sitting on a bus as it arbitrarily skips stops because of bike lane expansions. But before, the first tweet in this saga was him complaining about it stopping too much, and now he's talking about how he just doesn't have time because it skips stops. And it's like, do you want more or less? It's almost as if he's got like a political agenda against buses for some reason. Okay. You may think, well, this is a natural conclusion to the Greg Kelly bus saga. You know, I don't really want to drag it on for too long. We shouldn't have a sequel trilogy to this. But unfortunately, for nobody, very fortunately for us, because this is hilarious, there is more. Everyone's telling him that he keeps spelling buses as bussy, and so he posts Grammarly, like a screenshot from Grammarly saying, no, it's okay, Greg. It's fine. You can say bussy. It's cool. And he's like, I'm an old school kind of guy. You should see my suits. The cuff buttonholes work. It's the little things. And again, the quotes. Who's he quoting here? Meanwhile, to all those dilentists claiming that the plural of bus must be buses, it can also be bussy. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.